Welcome to the Hopeless Fan Podcast, January 14th, a Thursday, divisional round coming up.
Isn't it just?
Scotty, Shelby, Zach for a full episode for the first time, well, it seems like forever.
Where all of us are here, locked, cocked, and ready to fuck.
Scotty, how you doing from Sebus? Can you see all right?
Yeah, you guys looking great over there.
I was wondering because your glasses you left here.
Oh yeah. Right.
Apparently he has two.
I have
pairs.
Oh, of course.
Do you even know how stylish I am? I probably live on Warby Parker, and I have like 7 pairs of glasses.
But no beard.
We'll get into that.
That might be a bunk of the week. Yeah.
What's the point of having Warby Parker if you have no hipster beard to
Shut
go
up.
with it?
Right, you have your flannel, your beard, and your glasses.
Those shoes. Scotty brought a pair of shoes last weekend just to go to the sports book.
Well, no,
Well,
I left my shoes at my dad's, and I
You live
picked
here.
them up just so we're straight, you know, and I missed them so much I wore
All right. Convenient. All right. What
We
do we
will
got,
have
Shelby?
Boardwalk coming today. We'll have our Bunk and Stand of the Week, our Stardom Sit-Ems. We'll talk about Ohio State Bama, what was a game for a little bit, Kyrie Irving, maybe some head coach predictions, and we'll get back to Bachelorette/Bachelor because we'll review the finale of the Bachelorette and then kind of what we think so far early in the Bachelor season. Where do you guys want to start?
Let's go with Stardom.
Stardom. What do you got, Zach?
Come back to me.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
So he has nothing prepared.
I had school today.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Shelby.
What did we do for the last hour?
I have stand and bunk. Well, you know what we were watching Bachelor.
We were playing
and
playing
watching Bachelor.
And playing Madden.
And watching Bachelor.
Okay. All right. Stardom. I got De'Aaron Fox. So De'Aaron Fox said Coach
Literally
Cal
started.
couldn't give a damn about winning college basketball games.
Yikes.
He said, I love Cal. I still talk to Cal to this day. He lets you rock. That's why he wants guards like John Wall and myself and Brandon Knight, Tyler Ulis. The way that he coaches, it's like absolute freedom. Blah, 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 blah. That's what the NBA is, too. When he's able to be fine. Cal couldn't give a damn about winning college basketball games. If he's getting guys who he knows he can end up developing into NBA players, you're automatically going to win 30 games a year just from that alone. That's what I love.
I like that.
So, the quote itself seems bad, then you read the context of it. Just like pretty much everything out there now, if you actually read into it. Just like Dabo ranking Ohio State 11th. Wasn't saying they were bad, but that didn't stop Bucknuts Twitter. Anything from De'Aaron Fox calling out your coach, kind of?
Is he calling him out, or is he just saying like he's more invested in getting these kids to the NBA than he is to? Because to me, that would be like a positive thing from the player standpoint. I think as being more invested in their future than he is in his own fucking job.
I also have a stardom of if you're a mask policer, this is a good week for you.
Yeah.
Because basically every time I see a TikTok video with like a group of people, there's like people in the comments that are like, masks? Question mark? Or like, we're in a pandemic? Question. But then like this week,
Scotty's got 10 burner accounts just for doing that.
this week in Tuscaloosa, the crowds that were out, it was like a smorgasbord.
Well, remember, that's the same campus that had quote-unquote COVID parties where they were trying to get COVID.
Well, they don't have to worry about it now. So
Woke?
Joke's on us.
Are they just woke?
Yeah, it
Are
was
they
a
just
big
woke?
week.
Get COVID so they don't
They
have
might be
to?
woke. They might already have it.
I do have a stardom.
But I'm just saying it was a big week for
Sure.
mask police.
Yes, I do have a stardom.
Yeah.
And I'll get through it real quick.
That you just found. Because you're on trending Twitter.
Exactly. So I just recently got into professional betting, or the kind of betting that's not frowned upon, which is to say stock market investing.
Tout called Zach right before.
Correct.
Yeah.
But also, so Bitcoin has been all over the place.
It's roller coaster.
It's roller coaster, which it always has been, but it recently got up to like 41 or something like that, and then it took a tank. Now it's back up to 38.
Yeah, that's nothing to be concerned about.
Jenna, right. But Jenna bought into it.
Yeah.
And she bought into it at 39.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it went like way down.
So Jenna
it had
moves the
that
needle.
it had that dip.
Yeah.
And then it came back up to like 37 or 38, and she was like, "All right, I'm pulling the ripcord."
Oh no!
And she lost like $5.
Oh, okay.
She didn't buy a whole bunch, but
Do you
I
teach
didn't.
me how to do that?
I didn't buy it at all.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
I will. We can
Super
talk
easy.
afterwards.
It's at 30.
I didn't buy it
oh,
at
it's
all.
at 38.9 right now. Almost at 39.
Right.
I don't want Bitcoin. There's people saying it's dead. I don't
It's
bet
not.
on
It's
dead
not.
things.
It took a tank
thinking-
once.
Scotty has.
I'm just kidding.
Scotty
I know,
has.
like everyone's an expert.
Scotty
now
has a
on this
lot.
podcast about it.
Scotty has a lot on Bitcoin, so that's why he's determined to.
I'll take Bitcoin plus 8 under 40.
I took it right when it.
The others.
Right before
Sorry, go ahead.
it exploded. At 18 and 25.
The other quick stardom that I have is for people getting canceled, because we haven't had like an actor get canceled in a while.
Should we cancel someone as a podcast? No one will know.
We can.
Yeah.
But the story that I'm talking about is Armie Hammer. And a quick interesting. I've always loved Armie Hammer, not because I think he's a good actor or anything, but because
I need a face. Before you keep going.
This guy right here.
It looks like every
Right,
actor
exactly.
I've ever seen.
But the point is not whether he's a good actor or not. His family history is what's interesting. So his grandfather, Armand Hammer, was the owner of the company Arm and Hammer. So you think,
Sure.
oh yeah, that's where they get the company name from, Arm and Hammer, right? Comes from his father, Armand, Armand.
No
Makes
doubt.
sense to me.
False. He bought the company after it had been in existence for like 60 years. It just so happened that his name was Armand Hammer.
Classic name off.
I just always thought that was interesting.
I just googled him. But
Anyway, he's been canceled.
All right. Well, page 6 came out. Lovely publication. Never heard of it. Armie Hammer's ex, Courtney Vuchkovich, quote,
Sure.
he wanted to barbecue and eat me.
Vucekovich.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Start that one.
That's what
I mean,
you took away from that? Yeah, he wanted to barbecue and eat me. Some people just aren't into that. I don't get it. All right. Scotty,
we don't kink shame on this
Right.
podcast.
I'm going to find someone to cancel while Scotty gives his start.
You ever? Speaking of someone to cancel, I have someone in the bunk of the week that we can cancel. But for my stardom of the week, have you guys ever drank and got drunk? Well, I know Zach has, but have you ever gotten drunk on like a Wednesday night before work, the next day? It's electric. It's a thrill. It's like a roller coaster. It's like right before you go to bed.
college.
Yeah. It's like right before you go to bed, you're like, man, I have to work in 5.5 hours, and I'm kind of drunk. And then you wake up, and then you disappoint everyone at work because you you're not up for their 10 a.m. slack. Oh, I mean 8:30. There's
rumors that Brie Larson might be gay.
Okay, on to that.
Stardom or a sit?
Well, let's get into Scotty's stardom.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
That's about it. It's electric.
Oh, that's your stardom.
It's a roller coaster.
Drunk,
Yeah,
getting drunk before work.
It's a great time. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a detox.
I had a drink. Remember the other day I was sitting in on class that my virtual class, just drinking a beer. That's a stardom too. Just
And ordering B-dubs.
yeah,
B-dubs and a beer, right quick.
spicy garlic.
I used to
sauce.
I used to drink gin and tonics in college right before a shift. Anywhere I had 2 jobs, but yeah.
The umping or the?
No. I worked at Texas Roadhouse, and I
We
worked
get it.
at
You're
the
a hard
food
worker.
court.
Oh, okay. You worked at the food court?
I did. Well, I never had 2 jobs at the same time.
I did.
But the 1 year I had the food court, and then I quit to go to Texas Roadhouse.
It's a
worked
classic
at the
job
It
off.
was a huge. It was a
I know,
huge
right?
story.
I worked at the Barnes
Classic
and Noble,
paperwork
the
off.
I worked at the Barnes and Noble bookstore. Just basically everybody coming in at Wright State, like, well, here's my class list, and I said, go buy them on Amazon. Get the hell out of here.
Okay, we have sit-ems.
Yes, I'll go first.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay,
All
I'll go first.
right, go ahead and go first.
Scotty, go ahead.
Yeah. So looking like a thumb is my situm.
Okay, Peyton Manning.
Because I made a mistake this
I'm gonna
week.
cancel now.
Scotty.
Well, after him.
Shaven faces. Look, so it's I decided you guys saw my beard over the weekend. It was looking great, and
Yeah, I would say great.
we were cold, right?
Nice.
Ice
I just
cold
shaved
bedding.
today too. I just shaved
And
today
I was like, you know what? I need to get this toxicity out of my life. Of all those bad beats just felt like it was marinating in that beard. So I was like, fresh start. I'm gonna trim it because that's what I always usually do on like a weekly to bi-weekly or monthly, whatever basis. And I just get done. It's looking so fresh because it's all one level. It's all even because it grew out so much. So every single hair was just looking prime. And I go in to make like adjustments after shaving like the neck. You gotta align, make it look good with the neck and the chin.
Sure.
Whatever. Sure.
It's all about animals.
And after I'm done that, I'm watching a bet I had placed on my phone as I'm doing this. on the Gamecast on the ESPN app. Not just the game, just like I'm following like, and it's like one of my favorite live NBA bets. They both hit, so I was totally back. And made it seem like, okay, I should just shave the rest. But I made the mistake by not putting the grater back on, and I just go zoop, like from my neck or from my chin to my mustache right below my nose. It's just this freaking. So I was like, I have to shave the whole thing now.
Right.
But they both my bets ended up hitting before I shaved the rest. I'm like, well, you know what? That's a sign. I just got a new slate, and here we are, and that's my sit-em of the week is looking like a baby-faced thumb that no one recognizes.
Real quick, what Scotty said to me drunk Friday night.
Don't.
When I said
I don't want to hear it.
That was a Jaeger secret.
It wasn't a Jaeger secret. It was she said something stupid. I said something like I can't bet on the Seahawks. I get it wrong every time. He's like, you're talking to the preacher of the choir on that one.
Yeah.
All right, my sit-em, Chase Claypool and Sammy Watkins. Sometimes just shut your mouth. Chase Claypool, of course, couldn't stop talking shit even after they lost. He said the Browns are going to get clapped. And it was just funny because SportsCenter was, running with the quote. SportsCenter, writing out the word clapped. You kids know what this means, right? And then Sammy Watkins saying, too, it's going to be a blowout. I just feel like it's deja vu again where everyone's doubting the Browns. They're going to go into Arrowhead and win outright.
No.
So, all right, good. Scotty confirmed it. It's a no.
You stole my bunk of the week, by the way. It's Chase Claypool. And that's who I would think we should cancel. Because, is there a player in the NFL, more hateable than Chase Claypool?
Yeah.
Who's
Baker
that?
Mayfield.
Juju.
They both, they all suck.
They're 1A, 1B.
Yeah, Big Ben, if you hate, rapists, but, Chase Claypool. Oh, is that too racy for the pod?
I was going to say we could cancel Eli Manning, and hear me out.
Sure.
It's because he turned into this from he was playing football. He was so boring, like a stick in the mud, and now he's trying to turn into his older brother that couldn't play because he had the neck injury, Cooper. He's trying to be him with all these funny commercials, and I'm just not having it. I don't know. And tweeting should I watch this game in my birthday suit or my NFL? No, I don't. I refuse to have a third funny Peyton or a third funny Manning. So that's my nomination to cancel. Zach, do you have a sit-em?
I do have a sit-em, and it's going to be...
What, the towel, Tom?
It's going to be Urban Meyer finalizing a deal with the Jaguars.
That's your sit-em.
That's my sit-em.
Oh my gosh. I have to send you guys a DM right now in relation to that, because look at... So, this was tweeted... Sorry to interrupt, you can keep going, but this was tweeted as a result of the Jags finalizing that deal with Urban Meyer. And it was...
Johnny Dixon?
It was tweeted by Dov Kleeman of the NFL.
Okay.
And...
Sure.
He look at this Photoshop job with Trevor Lawrence photoshopped. It's his head basically on Jalen Ramsey's body. You can tell.
Yeah, his arms are black.
His arms are black.
Number 20.
His arms are black, and he's wearing number 20. Exactly. It's pretty great.
Beautiful.
Oh my god. But yeah, I don't like it simply because Urban Meyer, after he was gone, he lost all I'm not gonna defend the guy in anything that he does after he left Ohio State in the manner that he did, because it's like if you aren't ashamed of anything from what happened with his coaching assistant, whoever the fucking guy was, abusive to his wife. Mm-hmm. If you truly believe you didn't do anything wrong, then you wouldn't pull the ripcord on some headache bullshit and then go back. It's you think it was stressful at Ohio State. Now you're in the NFL. One of the historic. Except for that one AFC championship game they went to, one of the worst teams in the NFL. That is, you're on the hot seat from the day you start,
and you're not getting the job, and you're not guaranteed to go at least 9-1 like you are at Ohio State.
I like the owner
exactly,
though.
I do. I do love the owner.
Why?
His mustache. Do I need another reason?
Okay. I was gonna say it's not something with actual facts.
He's also aggressive.
He's vocal. Yeah, he's vocal. He's involved. He doesn't. He's not complacent. So I think he's the kind of owner that you would want.
Kind of like Doug Marrone
too.
The
same reason. Yeah, the same reason I love Steve Bisciotti is because he knows when to get involved, and more importantly, he knows when to not.
Well,
and he's had great GMs, so he hasn't had to do much.
Who's his great GM?
Steve Bisciotti.
What's his What are you basing this off of?
Bisciotti or Khan?
Khan. Who's his great GM?
No, I was talking when I
boy.
said great GM, I was talking about Bisciotti.
Okay.
He hasn't had to do much because he's had two back-to-back great GMs.
What's this guy? Why do you compare him to the other guy you just mentioned?
Because he knows. I feel like whenever there's like when it's time to make a change, he knows when to do it. Like I respected him keeping Marone on to see what would happen with Minshew, because Minshew had the sort of late season push last season, and then he tried to kind of give him a chance this season. So it didn't work out with Foles. So I don't know. I like him.
Okay. I don't know anything about him. I do like him, Scotty. I like his look. I like your cut, G. Okay.
You could have worse owners.
True. So mine was involved with Bitcoin, but I'm glad you didn't take mine from the Bitcoin is Dead article. But mine, my bunk or stand of the week. Yeah, I put it as stand of the week. Is Stephen Thomas? Maybe it's Stefan.
Okay.
So basically, I'll just read straight from the New York Times. So Stephen Thomas, I'll call him Stephen. He lives in San Francisco. He has 2 guesses left to figure out a password that is worth $220 million.
What?
The password will let him unlock a small hard drive known as an iron key, which contains the private keys to a digital wallet that holds 7,002 Bitcoin.
Oh God.
So he had 10 guesses at a password, but I guess it's like way back when he bought the Bitcoin, he wrote it on a piece of paper, the password, and he threw it away.
Yeah.
And if he had 10 guesses to get the password right, and if he gets all 10 wrong, it's lost forever.
Oh my
Really?
God.
220 million.
No, he can't hire somebody to do it.
No. And so he's 0 for 8.
At this point, I would sell this. I would sell this to some like fucking computer Rain Man to figure out. Like I'm sure they could figure out a way to crack it. He could sell it. It's like that guy who's got.
Well,
he's got that ticket that's worth like if the Ravens and the Bucks go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like it's the same principle. Like I will sell this to you at a discount and let you do the hard work.
Yeah, but these are probably like
can he not-
personalized, you know? Like how do you know this guy? And also like even the dark web, it's probably locked and secure. Like that
Well, and it says on here he can't sell it or do anything with it because he can't access
right.
it. And there's a company that helps people in these situations, and even they're like, it's like we can't get into it.
Fuck.
And and they're like, what if? Basically, the article goes on to say like, what if this company like helps him out? First of all, the company has like dozens upon dozens requests to help them because this guy's not the only one. But his story is noteworthy because it's 220 million.
If I were him,
I'd kill myself.
I would leave it because you will forever and always be, well, until Bitcoin crashes, a theoretical 100 millionaire. Like, are you worth? I'm worth hundreds of millions. Oh, really? It's like. Basically.
Yeah, but okay, but you being able to flex that without any proof because you don't have a password.
But you could say like, oh, I've got this much in Bitcoin.
But what's that get you? What's saying it gets you?
You're just homeless on the street and like, I'm worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
It's like that episode of Always Sunny where Dee buys the lottery ticket, but she never scratches it off because she could always potentially be a winner.
Well, yeah, it's like, oh, Mr. Thomas, your card was declined. But I have 7,002 Bitcoin, ma'am. Charge it to that. But yeah, like
charge it to the game.
He's basically saying like I don't remember how it. There's a lot of funny words in here that I like don't fucking know. But
funny words. Or?
As for his lost password, Mr. Thomas has put the iron key in a secure facility. You won't say where in case graphology. Come up with the new ways of cracking common
cryptographers.
So he's basically
cryptographers.
He's basically waiting
for the technology to catch up with the problem,
so they can get the password.
Exactly.
Which basically that's fine. But
it's like the day they come out and they say like we can figure it out. Bitcoin's worth like 30 cents.
Yeah. But like how crazy he said it's like I got to his quote. I got to a point where I said to myself, "Let it be in the past, just for your own mental health." He's like just waiting until they find the technology to get this password back for him because he'll drive himself crazy.
Well, what's funny? It would be really funny is if they finally get there and they unlock it and it's like, surprise! It's not actually Bitcoin, it's Dogecoin.
Yeah, or it's like your password was titties.
Hey, Dogecoin, if you have enough of it at the price that he bought it at, it still like doubled its price just like Bitcoin. It just depends on how much
cryptocurrency. We're in the golden age of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I mean, I bought $2.70 of Dogecoin, and it's up to $7 now.
Nice.
So if I put the same amount,
okay.
It's just whatever, All right, go ahead.
Does anyone else have a stand they want to share?
Yes.
No.
I
do have a bunk though.
My stand
Right.
is instant off-season.
I told you to put that on.
Instant off-season thrills. So all the teams who are out of the playoffs, my Broncos, and giving you hope with changes, and sucks for the ones who just didn't make any changes over the offseason.
Come on, Shelby, don't kill yourself.
Like the Bengals. Well, actually, Shelby got the video of Joe Burrow walking into the stadium. So I mean, is that all?
It's like who needs coffee?
the kings of running it back.
Kings of running
God
it back.
damn.
But yeah, the Broncos hired a GM, and just when you think that the Broncos have made me feel like it's all hope is lost, they find a way. And now it's like, could we draft a quarterback? And now I'm so fucking back in. It's not unbelievable. It happens every year.
It's so funny how quickly he's off Drew Lock.
Why?
I mean, I would have been off him years ago. His first loss, I would have been off him. I'm not casting aspersions.
You're a couple incompletions away from being off Lamar.
No.
Yeah. Hey, remember last year this time after Drew Lock grabbed Jeezy on the sideline and Zach was like, dude, Scotty, if I were you, I would be like so thrilled to have Drew Lock as a quarterback.
That was cool. But then he got 5 wins on his season?
Yes, sir.
6? 5 wins?
They go 5-11.
Yes. They lost against the Raiders to go 6-10. But
Chargers.
he didn't play.
That
He didn't play
Chargers
2
game
games.
was a fluke, by the way.
He didn't play 3 games actually, so he technically went just 5-8.
Okay.
All right, something to build
8-8. 9-8 in his career.
Okay.
Real quick.
9-9.
I want to do something on the pod later. So my bunk of the week was being made fun of. Well, it was trying to eat healthy and drink water.
Sure.
Because there were sodies at the office last night, and I got myself to not drink one and just drink water, and it sucked.
Sody.
That's how I feel when I'm drinking just a Diet Dr. Pepper that doesn't have vodka. And I'm like, God, might as well just be drinking water.
And then I got to thinking about you made fun of me last night because I was eating rice pudding.
Not because it's healthy,
pudding?
but because it's what
pussy.
old people do.
Oh no, it's
What a
really
bitch.
it tastes really good. It tastes like vanilla custard.
Last night I ate
but
just
anyway.
ground beef with some freaking veggies in it.
He would eat ground beef. That's his fucking jam, even on Thanksgiving.
Right, fucking taco
God,
meat.
it's fucking meat
we're getting off
stuffing.
topic. I was gonna say we should all do something.
Anything is stuffing if you stuff it inside of something. Sorry, go ahead.
We should all do something that there's a How I Met Your Mother episode about gaps in people's
I'm
knowledge.
listening.
Yeah.
And mine would be technology, obviously.
Yeah, you
because you
fucking
made the
grandpa.
crack that
Yeah.
do you need help working your laptop after you saw me eating rice pudding.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me it would be you guys could ask me technology questions or have me do something on a computer. For Scotty we would ask him history questions.
Stop.
Mine would be a mathematical equation that's more than multiplication and division.
Yeah, yours would either be math or just football.
Well, that's...
Got him.
Yours would definitely be math, but by a long shot, it's math.
over and unders, adding up point totals.
Yes, but
Terrible
you
at
have you have 5 seconds to tell us if it's over or under.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Okay, so that's something for the pod we can
Right.
all make fun of each other on.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want my bunk?
Your bunk, yeah.
Yeah, my bunk is as you guys know, I started back to school, and I know he's got this Blastoise meme in the DMs. Fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
So did you guys, when you were in school, did you get your books would you just get your books before it would start, or would you wait to go to the first
I don't know.
class?
That was so
see if
long
it's,
ago. 'Cause
required.
I'm not a child.
Yeah.
Would you wait and see if it's required, or would you just bite the bullet, get the book before the class
Seems
started?
like ages ago.
Yeah, I'm an adult now, so I
Even
can't
though
help you.
3.5 years ago,
Sitting with fucking Mickey over here.
getting my second degree. Okay.
But no, I would definitely wait and see if it was
Right.
you have to fucking have it.
So
Or there wasn't a free one on
so I did that.
Yeah.
And then the teacher was in our second the second class virtual meeting, whatever. She was like, you know what, guys, I decided that I'm gonna give you all online access to this book for free, and if you bought it at the bookstore, they'll let you return it. but I didn't buy it at the bookstore. I bought it at Amazon.
Oh, you went the route of buying every book no matter what.
Oh, I bought it after the first week after the first class.
Oh,
this was the second
class.
class where she was like, and then if you already bought it,
Poor form.
I've sent something over to the Wright State bookstore that says anybody in this class can return the book for free even if they've opened it or not.
I love it.
But I didn't buy it for the bookstore.
Can't
I
you
bought it
return
from
it on Amazon?
So I have to hope that they'll. I think it's a rental though, so I don't know if they'll let me
Well, you
return
rented
a
it
rental
for 2 days,
early
so
for a
it's
full
like
refund
30
or not.
cents.
I don't know yet. The book hasn't even come yet.
Cancel
Sounds like
the
a
order.
clear-cut case of bookstore off.
So yeah, that's my bunk.
25-minute bunk and sit-ups. Love it.
All right, you want to touch on the national championship, Zach?
Not really. I mean, we
Got
talked
21.
about we talked about it enough on the last episode. Just looking ahead to it. I mean,
Yeah, Zach did. Give credit to Zach. It got to 21, and
Over.
Zach passed the sticks and turned on Harry Potter.
and the overhit.
Overhit by a half point.
Yes, sir.
That we'll get into that at Boardwalk.
Yep.
So great, we're talking national championship. Cross that off. We're making great time. Kyrie Irving.
Who?
Your
Where?
thoughts that he's sitting out and doing other stuff?
Why is he sitting out? Is he? I thought it had something to do with COVID or something. Like he went to a party and because of protocols they have
Oh
to.
no, I thought it was a social justice thing.
Oh, maybe it. I don't know. It's hard to tell with this
This is a guy who's never been told no in his life, and now he's mad that he wasn't in on the hiring of Steve
Oh,
Nash.
apparently. Yeah, but he's played this season, which is
wasn't?
weird.
No.
The thing about it is,
Well, he was one of those idiots.
well,
Sorry, go ahead.
all I know is that he's sitting out ever since he one night they were like, "Why didn't you play, Kyrie?" And he's like, "I just didn't feel like playing." He's already not talking to the media, so
Well-
that's as much as I think people know.
Yeah. Well, that's the guy who believes the world is flat. I'm not going to put too much stock into that kind of stuff.
And this is
What I was going to say is he was one of those idiots who's like, yeah, I don't even. Him and KD were like, yeah, I don't even think teams need coaches.
yeah.
Which I guess if you have Kevin Durant on your team or LeBron
probably
James
don't.
on your team, maybe or Giannis, maybe you don't.
Yeah.
But if you have a player like Kyrie, like not Kyrie, but like players who don't play defense, because there's a lot of those offensive powers that just don't play defense. You need a coach to have your role players run some kind of defensive scheme, or else you're going to lose a lot of games you should win.
Well, this is the same. I just think it's a thing he's never been told no before. And he barely played at Duke and was the number one pick, and he had injuries. And then last year they got to the bubble, and KD and Kyrie were both healthy. Could have played with the Nets in the bubble.
Yeah,
They
Kyrie-
just didn't.
Kyrie- yeah.
Don't miss a check though. Keep the checks coming.
Right. Do you think he's going to play now that they got Harden, or do you think he still
plays.
continues to sit out?
Who the hell knows?
Or they
I don't
trade
know
him.
what's going on with him, man.
I would say he plays, but don't the Nets have to
Yeah.
take pay you don't get your paychecks now, right?
I don't know.
I mean,
how
it's
that
not like
works.
it's an issue.
I don't think
but-
Kyrie, KD, and Harden work. There's only
No,
one
it's-
ball.
there's only one ball.
Do you trade Kyrie now?
Sure, why not?
Who says no?
Trade him.
There'd be a team who give you. There's 4 first-round draft picks for the Harden trade.
Who's a really good?
They got rid of those. They could get first-round picks back for Kyrie now. I think maybe not 4.
What's
of
a
them,
really
but
good defensive?
Definitely not 4 of them, but
point guard. Chris Paul. Chris Paul would be great on the Nets.
Chris Paul or Rubio?
Yeah, if they. Rubio would be great on the Nets.
It's
see Markel Fultz. Did you see Markel
Rubio.
Fultz is done again?
Don't talk
Poor-
about him like
poor
that.
fella.
Okay. Head coaches. So we got what's his face? Headaches going to Jacksonville. Urban Meyer.
Ugh.
Where do you think everyone else goes? Because virtually everyone, and we got Deshaun Watson's kind of in the same boat. Every Texans player ever is telling him to leave.
If
That's not a great situation for a new head coach.
I really do see Robert Saleh going to Detroit.
Yeah, because
I see
Or
him
to
going.
Philly.
Right,
Michigan wants him so bad. I like him
I
in
think
Philly.
he goes Philly.
right. I would like him in Philly.
He looks like a Philly guy.
But my prediction is that Philly hires Wink if they lose this week to Buffalo.
Is anyone even requesting
No.
him?
Yes, but he's still playing.
Yeah, but so
they're
is
still in
Enemy,
Right.
and he's already completed interviews with him.
I guess
not
that's true.
They haven't.
But I'm gonna say
No, it is.
my prediction. My prediction is that Wink will go. If they lose this week to the Bills, then Wink will go to Philadelphia. That's my prediction. You asked.
That's fine.
Where does the enemy go?
I would have loved to have seen Bieniemy
LA.
in Jacksonville actually.
Why?
But
Trevor Lawrence.
but I would rather see him with the Texans, but they didn't even interview him.
They
They're
requested
going
it,
to interview him
but
now.
he
Oh, they
can't.
are?
But because the Chiefs had a bye week, he
Oh,
can't.
that's how he
Right.
completed interviews.
That's fine. But I will say this though, I think he would be a great fit if they keep Watson.
Yeah.
No,
But
he's
then
going to
he
go to
doesn't
the
take the job.
Chargers.
Maybe. Yeah, I could. Yeah, the Chargers would be a fantastic fit. Denver should have fired Fangio and gone after Bieniemy. They didn't, and I think that's a mistake.
Papa Bear Fangio.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. This year's a wash year. I mean, hopefully they find their quarterback, but if not, then this GM has full control. That's why they gave him 6. Full control with the new ownership and a new head coach and a new quarterback or a quarterback
New
that
ownership?
he picked this year. Yeah, the ownership is between a trust and the dead owner's kids. So they're like fighting
So who
to
gets
claim
the
ownership.
trust or
So
the
they're
dead
gonna,
owner?
It's probably
Kids.
the kids, but they're probably gonna sell it. Hopefully they'll sell it because there's no
You
real
gonna buy it?
direction there.
You just sell your Bitcoin, you can buy it.
Fucking, I want Mark Cuban to buy it, or maybe Elway.
You want who?
Maybe Elway can buy it.
Ugh.
I think the wild card bitches, Staley from the Rams.
Okay.
I think he might get a job this year.
One of I think the Bills' offensive coordinator could get a job.
Saleh is actually like minus 550 to be the Jets head coach. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who would want to go?
That's
I guess
weird.
that would make sense because he's such a rah-rah guy, so they probably would love
Yeah.
him in New York as far as just like getting the team culture. Because
Yeah.
Gase was
Well,
just like, "Fuck you, I don't care about players."
So boring.
The thing I read today was that like the Jets want a coach who can like kind of monitor both sides of the ball and handle the media.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what Josina Anderson said.
She's never wrong.
No, never. And like her Twitter name is her IG.
Yeah.
So like that's a obvious
It's-
like you can
it's-
trust that.
It's official.
It's
Urban
IG
Meyer is
colon
named
Josina
the
Anderson.
Jags head coach.
Nice.
She said, I'm told Jets conveyed to some they're looking for a head coach who can oversee the whole team, both sides of the ball, and handle the media, adding the feeling was previous guy, so Gase, was a bit over his head with that criteria.
Yikes!
I don't see Bieniemy being able to do that. I don't see any other of the candidates being able to do that other than him. So I think he's a perfect fit if he would want to take the job. If I were him, I'd rather go to the Lions. I'd rather go to the Chargers. Although the Chargers, I don't really see them taking a defensive-minded coach with the young quarterback that they have.
All right, we want to go Boardwalk?
Boardwalk. What you got?
All right, well, I'm just doing the standings here a little bit.
Gotcha.
You have a one-game lead.
On
So,
Boardwalk?
yeah, you took a one-game lead from the Ohio State over because Scotty and I both took Ohio State.
Whoops.
And you're catching us at a cold time, but we both shaved, so...
Yeah,
thanks
watch
for
out,
coming
buddy.
Scotty went like 1-5, right?
0-5-1.
Like
0-6-1.
Scotty.
6-1. Holy shit.
I went 1-6.
Yikes.
And you went 3-3-1. Yeah.
Wow, 500.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay. First game. Zach, your Packers. Daddy love me. Home against the Rams. Laying 6.5 over under 45.5. What you got?
A lot of people here would probably think I would take -6.5, right?
Sure.
You're wrong. Wait, you're right. -6.5 Packers.
By the way, we're doing 4 picks plus a bonus and a lock. So
Yeah.
you still got
I can circle
6.
back to some of these spreads.
Yeah, or if there's a prop available you like, these.
Not any player props available yet.
Holding out on us. Scotty, what you got?
This one's really tough because I just think that they're giving so much juice to Green Bay. And last year they kept the games close and then they lost big time to the Niners. The Rams kind of play that game that beat the Niners. They run the ball really well and play good defense. So I really want to take Rams +6. So you know what? I'm going to take Rams +6.
Name 5 of the Rams running backs.
Rams 6.5, Scott.
6.5. Yeah. I still think
That's a crossfire.
This Packers
Crossfire.
team is a lot better than last year's with Rodgers playing at MVP level, throwing the ball more. Let Rodgers cook. MVP.
And the defense is not just standing there letting people run by them.
Yeah.
It's not great, but
God.
it's competent.
I fucking hate the playoffs, dude. I've never been in the NFL playoffs again.
Yeah, okay.
But God, dude,
He's got $500.
I can't
on
pick.
this
I
weekend.
can't. No, I don't. I can't pick the Packers.
400,
I just can't pick them because I never get it right. So except
We
when
do.
they beat the Saints. So.
Bang.
I'm going under 45 and a half.
I like
The
that
Undertaker.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
And Zach, like, we laughed and everything, and you won your bet. Seahawks Rams over.
Yeah.
But like we laughed, we say a couple football plays,
Right.
but that's what happened.
Right.
That pick six was a football play that
Right.
fucked everything up.
Right.
If the Rams can play within a score, or so,
I'd say what really fucked everybody up was Waldrop going out.
yeah. I say if the Rams can play within a score, they want to run the ball with Cam Akers, and Cam Akers being back is huge.
Yeah.
But
Who would have guessed?
Right.
Not me.
But him being back is huge. If they want to win this game, they have to shorten it.
Yeah.
And I like obviously the Rams defense is great, so it'll be a tough task for Aaron Rodgers. But I can't back the Rams with Jared Goff. You have a partially surgically repaired thumb in the cold, and he's 0-4 when the game's under 40 degrees.
Yeah.
But I just like the total. Undertaker. The Packers can do what the Packers did last year, which is get a lead and just kind of sit on. Just like they did against the Panthers that night. I
see a 24-13 win here. Easily. 3 touchdowns and a field goal in the cold.
I'm taking the under. Fuck it. I'm on it.
Is that a bonus, or are you switching from +6.5?
Oh, that could be. We have 2 bonuses, right?
A bonus and a lock, yeah.
So basically.
I'll take it as. Yeah, that'll be my bonus.
Okay.
All right.
Get that out of the way.
But you are taking
No,
the
it's
under.
not. God damn it.
Oh my god. This fucking guy.
I can only scribble out some.
Last week fucked me up, guys.
Just take all your picks and switch.
And so did all the other 17 weeks. They fucked me up, guys.
That's what I'm doing with +6.5, Shelby. But I'm taking the under as my official pick, not bonus. Official pick under 45.5.
Okay.
All right, but your bonus is still up for grabs.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Can I introduce the next one?
Yeah.
This is mine.
Okay.
Okay.
That is
This
yours.
is my safe space. Saturday night, 8:15 on NBC. Michelle Tafoya is my crush. She's part of the NBC crew. Just kidding. Forever in Love, Doris Burke.
Nasty.
No, so we have currently this spread's been all over. Opened at 1.5, went to 3, back
1.5 to 3,
down to 2.5.
Sharp. There's squares. The Packers Rams game is a class. Sorry to go back, but I needed to point this out. It's like a classic pros versus Joes game because every single pro is on the Rams. And every Joe is on the Packers.
Yeah.
But it still moved in the Packers. There's like 83% of the money is on the Packers, but that 17% on the Rams was enough to move it from 7.5 to 6.5.
Well, I
it's
felt
like classic pros, Joe.
I have felt so sharp because the what I picked, the spread moved away from early. Like when you did the look aheads on Sunday night when Nathan was here, everything that I picked essentially went the other way, right? So Packers were 7? Or were they 8?
7, 7.5.
7.5. So they were 7.5. I took Packers and it moved the other way towards the Rams direction. And with Buffalo, I took the under here, the under when it was like 50, 51, something like that. Moved to 49.
Did you actually bet it?
No. When you asked me what I thought it was when we did look ahead,
Well, you gotta bet them.
I know, but I can't go to Lawrenceburg and bet them. And by the time the lines were up on our online book, they had already moved. So I still do love the under here. This is my pick, 49.5, because it moves from 50 to 49.5. Can't push, but you know what? I'm the Undertaker here. I really like the under. The under. I could see this game going a lot like the Tennessee game. I feel like Buffalo, Tennessee are comparable teams. They just have a slightly better quarterback and a shittier run game. So I feel like those kind of cancel out with defenses that I feel are pretty similar. Although you have a better secondary with Buffalo, but Ravens don't really pass that much. Their run defense isn't as good in Buffalo, in my opinion. So yeah, I like the under 49.5 here. It's going to be a heavy run game, but at least on the Ravens side.
2 picks. First, Baltimore plus 2.5.
Okay.
Obviously, I wouldn't bet this game 2.5, but for Boardwalk purposes, I'd take 2.5. I bet the Ravens money line. I
Plus
like
123.
I just like their defense, and I'm so used to the Titans being such a wagon on offense, the second highest scoring offense in the NFL behind Green Bay.
Small waist, pretty face, and a big bank.
Sure. But they shut down Derrick Henry. Obviously, they don't have a Derrick Henry to plan for this week, but I wasn't super impressed with Josh Allen against the Colts. Maybe that was just like playoff jitters, home fans back with the playoff, such a long losing streak. But still, you had that Josh Allen, that crazy fumble the Colts could easily jumped on. By the way, we didn't talk about really how bad it would when Zach Pascal, that was a fumble, by the way.
100%.
He was on a bye week, by the way.
But I thought after they reviewed it and called him down, I thought it was guaranteed that the Colts were going to get a field goal attempt at least, and they just didn't.
Right.
I was insanely how bad that was.
That would have been killer for our spread, by the way.
Right. But any hoozles. Baltimore 2.5. I love the way they're playing, and I love the way the defense looked against Tennessee.
Yeah.
And my bonus pick is going to be the Bills because I like your under, but I'm just a little scared with these two offenses being high flying that it gets to 50. So I'm going to take the Bills.
Money line?
Since I like the Ravens at 2.5, I like them to beat the Bills. I like the Bills to score under 25.5.
Okay.
So that's
Team total.
That's my bonus.
Team
my team
total.
total Bills under 25.5.
Gotcha.
Scotty.
Mine's a crossfire, but not in a way that you think. I actually like this game in the first half to go over 24. So I think that, like you said, I think both offenses. I mean, the Bills' offense kind of had it took them a little while to get revved up, but then once they did against the Colts, they kind of consistently.
Bad news, buddy.
I would agree. I would agree with that. Before you get to your point, that I think 75% of the scoring comes in the first half of this game. In the second half, everybody's just hammering the run game.
Lawrenceburg right now, first half, 24.5.
Take it. I'll still take it.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think 4 touchdowns is definitely achievable in the first half, in
10.
the first 2 quarters. The Ravens and the Bills are going to run it, but Josh Allen's going to throw it, so
17-10.
I don't think I'll take an
that
over.
hits.
I don't think I'll take an over again. And here's why. Because if you like the over to a game, unless there's a score within the first 5 minutes of the game, you're going to, if you can live bet it 3 or 4 minutes in, you're going to get a better number if you like the over.
Yeah.
And you saw every total go down this last weekend.
I haven't liked the over in any of these games.
You saw the total go down.
Just because it's playoff football.
In every game besides the Steelers-Browns because you had that first snap fumble touchdown. So that's where I would look.
I don't really
overs.
think. I think that both of these teams come out firing in the first half, and that's why I like the over.
Fair.
You can't bet the live over in the half. Over.
No,
under.
not in the first half. No.
Any other bets on this game? Anybody want to make any points?
I gotta,
because I really want to move it in this Browns-Chiefs game.
Let's do it.
I love it, and I'm gonna fire off with both my pick and my bonus.
Browns at Kansas City. Chiefs laying 10 over under 57.5. Zach
I'm
is
going
taking under.
Undertaker 57.5,
Okay.
and then my bonus is Browns plus 10. I'm glad it moved back to 10 because it had shifted to 9.5. 57.5.
That's so
In
much.
what fucking reality?
I think it's skewed a little bit
Because it's the Browns game against the Steelers.
and the Browns gave up 1 billion yards
Yep.
late because
Yep.
they were just running out the clock, and obviously the Chiefs. But if the Browns want to win this game,
It's going to be in the run game.
right, which would slow the ball down,
Exactly.
and cover the 10, and the total would go under. And if you have a Chiefs rust versus rest debate, you take the Browns first half spread.
Is Clyde Edwards-Helaire still out, or is he back?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's out.
Okay. Is he done for the season?
I would think so. I think he went on IR.
Okay.
But I don't
So
know.
he's got to set out at least 3 weeks.
So I went back and listened to last year's episode for the divisional round, and because I knew there was a killer stat in there, and it was teams that were outscored during the regular season.
Okay.
So last year it was the Texans were outscored in the regular season. A team that's been outscored in the regular season has never made the conference championship game.
Okay.
Never even appeared.
Okay.
So, and when they make the divisional round, the over is 10-1.
Wow.
So,
But has it ever been
My
57
first
and a
thought
half?
was over, but it's never been 57.5.
Never.
But it very well could have been for that Texans Chiefs game last year.
Sure.
That's what scares me about it. I like Cleveland plus 10 because I think you can't bet Kansas City if they have it covered in 8 weeks,
Right.
And they like to just survive games,
Right.
And the Browns with their running game, I think,
The only reason the score was so high in that Cleveland game was all the turnovers.
correct.
So I don't think
was
Patrick
fluke.
Mahomes definitely not going to throw 4 fucking picks and fumble a snap in the end zone.
I almost like
I like
a
an
pleaser with the
alternative.
Browns and take them plus 8 at plus 115.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously not for this. I'll take Cleveland plus 10 as my pick.
All right, Scotty, go ahead.
Yeah, so I am taking the Kansas City Chiefs first quarter minus 3.
Okay.
I think that the Browns are. I think the game last week was a fluke. I think instead of having Big Ben throw for all those yards and come back and, only lose within like 10, 11 points, alternatively, I think Mahomes does that in the first half. And so I'm doubling down as my bonus, Chiefs -10.
All right, so Kansas City -10 as a bonus. Where are you seeing -3 in Lawrenceburg?
First quarter.
I know.
First quarter.
Yeah.
What is it
where's
to
that
you?
at? Where's that in Lawrenceburg? Because I want to see what the odds are.
More wagers. I think it's
I guess you're not probably looking at Lawrenceburg, right?
I think it's game props.
No.
Okay.
Game props.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's got it. All right. One game left. And we each have to have 2 picks on it.
This is the game that I hate the most.
Yeah. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Saints laying 3 in the Dome, over under 52. I'll start Tampa Bay, New Orleans under 52.
I like the over
Okay.
52.
Okay.
I'm also going to take the under here. I really don't see this one becoming a shootout. If you look back at both the matchups from earlier in the season, I feel like there's not a lot to glean from that. You kind of throw them all out because it's Tom Brady in the playoffs, and it's also the Saints in the playoffs, which leads me to my lock. My lock is going to be Tampa Bay +3. I'm tempted to take Tampa Bay money line.
Yeah, me too.
For the value that's there, because Saints are in a prime spot to just get fucked, and they do it every year, it seems, in the playoffs, especially with Drew Brees at quarterback and with Sean as their coach. I forgot his last name off the top of my head. Peyton. Sean Payton.
Correlated for me, I like the game under. I like the Saints to score under 27.5 points.
Oh, that's great. That's a great pick, by the way. I don't think they see more than 21.
4 unders on the docket for me.
Undertaker.
Dong. Scotty, your last pick is your lock.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Saints -3. They've showed
Crossfire again.
They show that they have the number of the Buccaneers, and I'm just gonna go off the stats and what they gave me in the regular season, and I'm just gonna ride the trend. I'm not gonna throw it out because I'm just gonna use the eye test there. And yeah, Brady was out for revenge, but it's also, riding off into the sunset year. I don't see Drew Brees falling off against the Bucs.
Okay. You know why it's hard? That's why I like Tampa Bay, is because it's hard to beat a team 3 times because, every time you play them, the Saints are like, here's what we did last time. This is what we'll do again because it worked.
Right.
And on Tampa Bay's side, it's let's do something different because the last 2... So one team's changing something, the other team's staying the same. That's why if you bet on a team that's losing at halftime, you're probably going to make more money that way.
Yeah.
So we got multiple crossfires. We have Scotty and Zach going at it. New Orleans versus Tampa. Zach has Tampa. You have Scotty and Zach going at it. Kansas City -10. Cleveland +10.
And then Packers.
And, he didn't take the Rams
Rams.
+6.5.
He switched back, didn't he?
No, he took under.
Oh, okay.
And then Zach and I going crossfire, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, under 52. All right. Bachelorette finale. What'd you guys think?
I picked under 52. So did you.
I know,
both
but
picked
you already
under.
have 2 crossfires against him.
Are you saying you're crossfiring with him or you're crossfiring with me?
No, we both have the under.
Right.
He has the over. That's the one he has with me. He
Oh,
has
okay.
2 with
That's
you.
what I just asked you.
All right.
Okay. Bachelor.
No, but you asked me which one he had to pick. You
Earlier,
already had
not
multiple.
just now. It doesn't
All
matter.
right, Bachelorette finale recap. What'd you think?
Who cares?
I don't even remember who won.
Zach C.
Zach C.
It was garbage.
It was terrible. We already knew who she was going to pick.
Watch this motel Bachelorette season.
Yeah, that was just... They get, why not drag it out to have 2 people with rings?
Just like...
Not sending a guy home before Zach C proposes. It's like... It's a 1v1.
And we said it. We said it last week. It's just like a teacher, where the first half of the season was way better than the last half.
God, teacher. Jesus. All right, that's all we have.
Yeah,
Bachelor.
Let's go to Bachelor.
New season of The Bachelor. Scotty, what do you
Already
think?
better. Already better, right?
better.
Already better.
And we predicted that.
Girl drama.
Well, because all the women are catty and shitty, and that's the best.
Well, one woman is catty and shitty.
Queen Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
Queen Victoria. What is she a queen of? She said. I know she says literally
My
a
heart.
lot, but she said she's literally a queen.
I think she's just in there to be a wild card.
Yeah,
She's
the
not gonna
producer,
win.
and that's why she got the last rose too, is because she's just.
And I called it, Zach.
Yeah, I think
the
the
rose
producers
ceremony,
put
I
a
did.
word in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
So-
pick her. We know, like, whatever. We know that, like, you'll pick 30 other women that you like. At least just leave her.
Right.
And
That's a ratings play.
that's a ratings play. It's a good one at that. They do that every year.
Right.
Everything else, the girl blacking out during the rose ceremony.
Yeah, so we don't get to find out like who gets, who gets what, who gets to stay.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
There was a deaf girl who got
Yeah.
advanced.
She's really vibing. Is it real? Is it formulated? It's hard to tell.
I gotta figure out who the girl was, but there was a TikTok. All
Who
right.
did the kiss with the nose makeup, Scotty? Do you know?
What?
The makeup on the nose. Who was he kissing when he got that makeup all over his nose?
Oh, I don't remember. No,
She had like half a pound of makeup on her
the
face.
blonde girl whose dad has ALS.
Oh, the former broadcast journalist.
Yes.
Pullman.
So
Their dad had pulmonary 5 fucking process.
So the controversy is Rachel. She talked to him about like how like she doesn't see color and everything, and there was a TikTok of a girl saying that Rachel and her friend group made fun of her for liking black guys in high school, and it's a huge thing. So that's see ya. That won't stay locked up.
You're more canceled than Eli Manning.
right. All right, we didn't have much there, but
Right. Well, I mean,
the show will keep
There
going.
hasn't been much.
Yeah, there really has.
You can't really remember anyone. And
Huge liability in terms of wrecking that ATV. You hope it's staged, but it didn't seem like it was.
It looks like they didn't even cut to. They just cut to them on the
tipped.
ground.
It tipped. You saw it tip?
Yeah, I'm just saying. There's a lot of camera things that we don't know that they could do.
It's true.
All I'll say. Yeah, that was the makeup thing. It's been eventful, but we're just kind of meeting them. There hasn't been a lot of
I
substance
couldn't even
yet.
tell you who my favorite was because I can't remember half these chicks. Like I know in my mind, it's the blonde chick who wore that red dress in the first episode. I can't remember her name. I think Sarah.
what'd you guys think of the
I
dildo?
don't remember her name.
Bold.
Bold.
Yeah.
Bold to go with the dildo.
And she was touching people with it, and she was like, "This chick, she could borrow my dildo if she wanted to." That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Good for
I don't care
her.
how many times you sanitize it.
Good for her.
I mean, it's sex positive and great, good for her, but also don't touch people with your dildo.
Yeah. That one girl was really offended by it because she was a pageant queen, an actual maybe a pageant queen.
Is that why Victoria says she's a queen? Because she won some pageant?
No, I just think she's mental.
There's something wrong with her. Do we want to talk about Harry Potter? Or are we going to save that?
We'll save that.
Okay,
We didn't
we'll
get
save
They're watching Harry
Yeah, well-
Potter.
We talked about this.
There's your cover.
It's a segment.
I know that's one.
We watched the first episode. Well, it's almost done.
The first episode?
The first episode.
First movie?
whatever you want to call it.
It's not almost done.
It's a nothing for me. It is. There's 20 minutes left.
We were barely watching it.
I was.
No, you were not.
But the first movie is almost a nothing to me because there's like it's so low stakes. It's like obviously they're setting up the universe and all that kind of stuff, but we know what's going on. It's like the first episode of The Bachelor. It's like, okay, we fucking you're setting up the whatever, we get it, whatever. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of it.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Honestly, I don't think the movie series gets
It's an old wizard off.
Right.
It's good old fashioned
Wizard off.
Slytherin Gryffindor off.
Yeah. The Quidditch tournament is trash, in my opinion. CGI looks terrible.
God, here we go.
Shelby, do you even know what CGI is?
Good
Is that too old for you?
Yeah, it's like, the graphics and all that,
Computer
Back
generated.
in my day, they
something
just
or
had
whatever.
the black and white small televisions. That's Shelby, because he's old.
Okay.
Ah,
Anything else? He's literally wearing a black and white hoodie, by the way.
I was going to ask
Landed it.
Scotty the dates of like a war. See if he knew it, but he just looked it up.
1944. World War II was ended. Or was it 45?
45. Thomas.
Well,
All right.
Germany was
Congratulations,
done
you
in
played
44.
yourself.
Scotty,
What
when's my birthday?
January 18th.
All right, that's our show.
That's our show.
Here we go. There's a little place where the sun sleeps late and pulls himself a shot of tequila. It's a little place called Pleasure Island. Right That's where I'd like to feel ya. It's easy to find just beyond the last wave, where the dolphins and whales are up mating. Sail all day and all night and then take a hard ride. That's where I'll be awaiting. Pleasure Island, island of pleasure. No need to stop and think. Pleasure Island, a beautiful treasure. Come on down and have a drink.